Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hey, what's up? I did something amazing last night. I caught up on my sleep. Like, I am actually well rested. So yeah, I show up a lot of times. I'm underslept, I'm hyper, I'm cranky, I'm this, I'm that. Like, this may actually be the first time that I'm like, and mark it down, y'all. I am well rested. It took like a lot of sleeping though to get to that point. About 5 o'clock yesterday, I was like, I need to lay down, and I just went with it. No guilt, no shame. I just went and laid down and slept till about 9 o'clock. Got up, had a drink, and then I basically went back to bed. Yeah, I did. I got up, I ate some coleslaw and chocolate chips, and then I went back to bed. And yeah, I read for a little bit, listened to some podcasts, and then fell back asleep and slept until like 6 this morning. So I am so pleased that I am well rested. I have my hair back in a low ponytail. It's like business, bring it on. I don't know what I'm going to do today. Maybe I will put together the tarot podcast, or at least research it and get it kind of on paper. I'd like to do that. I'd like to do another live stream on YouTube, because I actually was going to do that last night, and then you know what? It just wasn't lined up. What was lined up was self-care, self-resting, holding that space, doing all that wonderful, beautiful, heart-centered stuff that we talked about yesterday, even though I never did put lotion on my feet. After all of that, you would think that my feet would be moisturized, but I didn't. So anyway, sometimes we do just talk the talk, but a lot of other days, our best days, we walk the walk. We need to put it into action. So I am sipping on some roasted dandelion tea. So good. We are getting ready to do another universal law. Dude, we are on law 50. 50. So we're pretty much almost to the halfway. Couple more days. By the end of the week, we're like at the halfway point. And that's amazing, because like it's gone by pretty fast. Also amazing that it's like, oh my God, like we still have a lot more to go. But either way, amazing is the word that it the feels are amazing. Okay? Everyone's getting the fall feels. Everyone is being pumpkin sluts for life. I'm just excited that we're doing the universal laws and we're expanding our consciousness and our awareness and our understanding of how shit works. Because the more we understand how the universe works, then the more that we can work with it. Like, I'm not suggesting that you be a little manipulative witch. Although we can be. I'm just saying, like, it's a free will zone. We can do whatever we want. But I am saying that it's like, be workable. Okay? Quit resisting. Quit blocking. Quit blocking the energy in your life. So that's what I mean about working with it. Be a cooperative component, as Abraham Hicks always describes it. So yesterday we did the law of love. I have a little triangle on my notepad. I keep a little notebook just of the condensed short notes for me, I guess, someday to have it and, I don't know, read back through it if I want. But I wrote down that love there's like a triangle, and the three parts of the triangle, the 3 points, the starting and the completion points, are love in the personality, which is desire, love in the triad, and then the monads of love. And that's all I wrote down. but I did circle love limits itself by desire. So that was the thing that we kind of talked about yesterday. And today, law number 50 is called the law of lower 4. So I did not look ahead. I have absolutely no idea. Like whenever I say the law of lower 4, it means nothing to me. Like nothing comes up. All I think is, oh, yesterday it was a triangle, which is 3, and now today is 4. So does that mean we're like gonna talk about square? Like that's it. As well rested as I am, that's all I have to go on. So I'm gonna read this, and then I have a deck out beside me called Eco Heart Oracle, and it is messages from the earth and the natural world. So I felt like that was really appropriate this week because, you know, you see the Amazon burning, you see just, I don't really want to swear so harshly, but destruction, right? Effing destruction all the time with the plant kingdom, with the standing ones, the trees, and with the animal kingdom too. Like, I mean, I'm on Facebook now, so I'm getting way more political stuff than I actually prefer. But like just even this morning as I was like checking in real quick, I see somebody posted an article that Trump has like quietly made some few adjustments that makes it legal to bring elephant parts into the United States. Legal. Made it legal. I didn't read the article. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's like, what? Could you just leave the elephants alone for fuck's sake? Do you know what I mean? Like enough already. Like I'm just really like, you know, we're at the point where it is disgusting and we have a right to be sick of people's ignorance when it comes to animal cruelty, when it comes to the abuse of nature and just the selfish taking. Like we kill an elephant for 2 tusks. Are you kidding me? For what? For what? So, you know, it's just like stuff like that. Yesterday, I listened to a video, like it's Michael Jackson's 61 birthday, and he did a song called like Earth Song or something, and I had like never really heard of it because it wasn't really promoted. Why wasn't it promoted in the United States? Well, because it basically called out the destruction of the rainforest. It called out us killing elephants. It called out war and violence and demonstrated that it wasn't right. So why would the media, who's paid, bought, sold, and just, you know the expression, I'm completely screwing up, but they bad news. Okay, they bad news. Why would they promote it when it goes against money, corruption, greed, and everything that they truly support? So anyways, I watched that video and I was like, dang, Michael Jackson had foresight. He saw the problems of the world. He knew what was coming on. You'd think he would have just made this video last week, especially with the Amazon and stuff. And it was like, MJ, like, you really did know what was going on. Like, I have mixed feelings about Michael Jackson, but like, I'm sort of healing that, you know, but I'm understanding him more as a person, like, the more I do my spiritual work. And, you know, I do, like, for a while, I resented him for getting so caught up in the ego's trap that he like completely mutilated his face. And it's like, God, you know, like for a while I was like, what the hell, dude? But you know, now I kind of like have more compassion for the experience he had while he was here, knowing that now he is in non-physical. He's different now. Like when we die, we let go of all the ego. We let go of the ego completely and all the issues, and we become expanded and we learn our lessons. So I do like his energy a lot more now that he did. That's a joke because you're never actually dead. You're an eternal being. But okay, so anyways, I posted that on my Facebook. Now my Facebook the thing is like, if you want to see something, get on it, because I regularly delete everything. Like, pretty much just take it down to the bare minimum 5 posts. Like, I clean house all the time on Facebook because I don't give Facebook much. Like, I often say Facebook ain't getting shit from me. I don't keep a running timeline on my Facebook page. I don't like doing that. You know, so I regularly delete and reset and just, you know, really give them nothing from me. But I like to share a little bit, but then, yeah, like, I go and I delete my page. Like, so if you see something, bookmark it, because the next week I'll probably have deleted it. Okay, let's read the law of lower 4. This is the 50th universal law of 105. So stick with me if you are gaining some type of benefit from this. Okay, I see some big words here, so hold my hand. The law of the lower 4. This law is also known as the law of etheric union, and its symbol is a male and female form placed back to back. The male figure is holding above his head a shield or tray of silver, a great reflector, while the female form holds aloft a urn full of oil. Below this sign is another hieroglyphic which contains, I think they wanted to say secret, but they forgot this S-E-C-R-E-T. Either that or it's a new word I've never heard of, S-E-R-E-T. It's either spirit of the astral plane or secret of the astral plane, which has to be dominated by the mental. The ray energy is fiery energy of the 5th ray, the vitalizing factor. All right. So we basically came into this law not knowing anything about it, and we're kind of leaving feeling the same. Except that, like, it seems like the law of etheric union. So we have the male, female energies. We have a tray of silver and an urn full of oil. And then something about the astral plane, which needs to be dominated by the mental. So something, we have to be balanced, come together, divine masculine, and then, yeah, like, overcome and dominate something mentally, to get what? This 5th energy, fiery energy of the 5th ray, the vitalizing factor. All right, so anyways, some of these we just read through and be like, okay, and then we go about our business. But that is what I guess the law of lower 4 is, if you want to look it up more online. Yeah, that don't mean nothing to me. All right, that was so unsatisfying. But that's what it is. We're just going through them, except, of course, I like the idea of course, overcoming mental challenges, you know, in order to dominate aspects of ourselves that need to be overcome or integrated. And yeah, all right, so anyways, that was the law of lower 4. Tomorrow we're going to do the law of magnetic control. That sounds fun. All right, so let's get out the eco heart. Let's give them a shuffle. We'll get a little message and go be somewhat productive and maybe just not tired today. I mean, I can be productive even when I am tired. But the thing about being well rested is this, maybe our bodies will feel like just good today. You know, because I've been taking bike rides, and I've noticed that like my legs are like kind of physically like not going up the hills like they do other days. So, I mean, the body definitely needed to rest this week for myself. But I also exercised inside yesterday, vacuumed, did a lot. I mean, hey, no shame that you couldn't make that hill. But it's good to feel powerful. It really is. So these need a shuffle. They do. They're kind of warped a little bit. They've always been. There we go. So yeah, let's just get a message from the earth, from nature. Does she have anything? Does Gaia have anything to say to us today? We're all thinking of her, and we're hoping that these fires are just, in the end, it will be rejuvenation. But it's like, why do things have to get so extreme for people to notice? And that is what the earth does sometimes. Okay, here's our first card. That is what oh, my face is so tickly, like spirit is up in it. That is what the earth does sometimes. It's like, oh, do you see me now? Can you hear me now? Right? Like, why does she have to get so extreme? The first card is bear with protection. And the second card, we're doing top and bottom, is hawk, truth seeker. So, okay, I love this so much. The bear is standing on the earth, like on top of a globe, with protection. So we're talking about the earth, and we're asking, does she have a message? And the protection card comes in. So it's like, could we be any more obvious? It's time to protect her. Her. Gaia, Mother Earth. She's a consciousness. She's not a ball of meaningless rock floating in space. She has a consciousness. She's a being. We're just blessed to be allowed to be on her. So it's like, as we be mama bears in our life towards our children, towards our families, can we all tap into mama bear energy and put it towards the earth right now? Send her love. Send her intentions of protection. Send her support, saying it's okay to purify yourself. It's okay to do whatever you need to do, right? Like, I support you in whatever. Sometimes it's like the last couple years, crazy weather. And yes, my conspiracy cronies, I feel you. Like, how much of the weather was actually man-made? We might be surprised, but we might also be surprised how much of it was just a natural releasing, a natural purification, a natural rebalancing that Gaia needed to do. So it's kind of like, hey girl, hey mama, whatever you need to do, I support you. And whatever you need me to do for you, let me step up and do that. Even it's just like, a couple weeks ago I was at, a campfire party, and no effing shit, they wanted to burn the plastic spoons and the plastic plates in the fire. And I was like, no. I was like, you cannot do that. And they were like, no, it's okay, they'll burn. And I was like, that is not what I meant by you can't do that. Like, when you burn plastic, you release dioxin, which is cancer causing. And it's just rude. Like, we shouldn't even be buying plastic in the first place, But then, like, burning it, I don't know, it just felt so disgusting and disrespectful to the earth. And I'm trying not to be a judgmental bitch, and I'm trying not to be aggressive, but hello, Mama Bear kicked in. And I was like, no, give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. I will walk it to the trash. Like, don't burn it, please. But I know, and then it's like the Amazon forest right now. Like, was that started by man? Has it been done on purpose? Or is it purification? Do you know what I mean? And why is they so slow? Why is they so slow to do anything about it? To try to slow it down, to try to stop it. Hey, they would have just let it never even get on the news. Like, good job, people, for spreading the word about it, because they love to just sweep things under the rug. And it's like, oh, people are distracted with stupid stuff. let's just burn the Amazon forest down. So anyways, we have bear with protection, and it's coming in with hawk, which is truth seeker. So it's like, yeah, always have that, that, I want to say eagle eye, even though it's a hawk. Have that vision for the truth. Have that quest, that desire, that commitment to the truth. Seek it out in your life, hold on to it, and spread it around. So we have bear with protection, hawk with truth. I think I want to pull 2 more. I want to just do like 4 cards, and then we'll look in the book because she has like a beautiful, like she was in a channeled state when she got these messages, and so she has visions to go with each card, which are really cool because they're kind of like stories. I like stories with my cards. All right, so we have the bottom one, which was sticking up pretty good. I'm going to do the bottom first and then the top. Really don't matter. Okay, so since we did the law of the lower 4, we have 4 cards in front of us. There we go. We've tied it all in together. So the bottom one that was sticking up was the seal. Aww. And you know what? This makes me so sad, but I'm happy it came in because that's the one part of the Michael Jackson video that I forgot about. It was like there was a clip that it was, there were seals in it because that was another thing that he wanted to bring awareness to, like the clubbing and killing of seals for their fur, or just because people think they're a nuisance or whatever. They're the doggos of the ocean, y'all, the doggos of the sea. But so it was, and it's got its eyes closed, like kind of sweet, like it just is like blinking from the flash of the camera photograph machine. But it's got a message of versatility for us, aside from just coming in to say, hey, don't forget about me. I did forget about you. I'm so sorry. But, so anyways, if you get a chance, if you've never watched the video for Michael Jackson's, I think it's called Earth Song, check it out. You know what I mean? Because you can really I don't know, I think you might appreciate it. And just the fact that you can see how pained Michael Jackson was, and just full of fury for the state of the world and I don't like to use the word sins, but basically we're sinning against the earth. It's if you don't want to say sin, it is certainly disrespectful AF. But it's like these wrongdoings that we do against the earth and the animals. And I say we because we are humanity. Okay? And I don't want to get into a place of extreme blame and judgment as if I've never done anything wrong. But so I take it upon myself to say we as a collective, as humanity, so that I can be part of the solution. So seal comes in with versatility and is just here to be seen. I see you. And then our final 4th card today is mouse. Oh, talk about creatures I have killed. like traps, sticky pads, poison, drowning. I've killed so many mice. So sad. But it's I don't know, there is this weird relationship with nature. Where is the balance? I'm glad it came through. It does have a message for us about purpose, but it also brings up the wild card. It's yes, save nature, be kind to animals. And then it's all right, but what about mosquitoes? What about mice? What about cockroaches? What about snakes? It's oh, well, it kind of makes you stop and be a wee bit more reflective. Just challenge yourself maybe to think about, well, how is a mouse different than an elephant or a seal or a bear or a hawk? So yeah, let's dive into the book and just kind of see what else we can gain from these messages of protection, truth seeker, versatility, and purpose. First up, okay, here we go. First up, we have the bear. And like I said, she's standing on the earth with a message of protection. We each carry some of the wisdom of bravery and courage of bear. Open your heart energy to align your heartbeat with the earth and all her beings. So start to remember and understand that you are nature. Nature is not something outside of you. You are part of it. Like, that's what humanity has forgotten. They egoically thought that they were above it, you know? So bear is sacred in many cultures, symbolizing bravery, strength, and confidence. Bear is a powerful totem animal connected to shamans and healers. And this is an actual message about, have you been feeling out of sync with your friends, family, and community? Which is interesting because we just got a message about community 2 days ago. It's time for you to step into the flow again. Open your heart to forgiveness, which we get messages of forgiveness every damn day. Every action you take affects the energy around you. Negative thoughts take you away from harmony and connection to the earth and her beings. So yeah, it's like, here we go all the time. Watch what you're thinking. Get positively polarized and positively oriented with your thoughts. Connect with nature, connect with community, do your forgiveness practice, and for the love of God, understand that every action you take affects the energy around you, cause and effect, which is actually exactly what our community message 2 episodes ago was all about. I'm going to read you the channeled message because it has something to do with crystals. The channeled message that Ingrid received as she wrote this oracle, she visioned herself standing in a circle of white light. I hear drumming. The mist disappears and reveals an ancient forest clearing. Bear, ancient grandmother and protector of the earth, greets me with much love. She says at one time man was deeply connected with earth energy. Our ancestors were like kin to Bear and interconnected with all beings. She gives me a pink quartz crystal to reconnect hearts with the earth. The world was once and can be again a beautiful, rich place filled with light and harmony. So I have a lot of pink quartz. I have raw pink quartz. I'm going to bring over this tower. And put it in the starry filled sky, or outer space more accurately, on this card, because Bear is on the earth and so behind her is the cosmos. So I'm going to bring in some quartz. Since she said that, because a lot of us might have access to a rose quartz. Let's wear it today. Let's think about it today. If you don't have one, just think about mine. So earth crystals have been provided as a means of communicating with Mother Earth energy. So carry a pink quartz crystal or wear pink quartz jewelry to help activate your heart energy and realign your heartbeat in harmony with the earth. So right now I'm wearing a labradorite, but I do actually have a pink quartz that I could also wear, like maybe even a little lower, or switch it up, you know. But once I put on a necklace, like I have been wearing my pendants with just some really soft acrylic yarn, because I hate metal chains. They poke me. So yeah, it's actually tied on. So when I'm ready to take this off, I have to go grab scissors. And hey, sorry to interrupt myself, but I see that little stinking groundhog crawling he's living under the church shed, and now he's gonna make his way to my yard. And that's actually okay, because I have so many fallen pears right now. Like, have some breakfast, buddy, but you might want to watch out for my dogs. All right, thank you, Bear, for reminding us to align our heartbeat with that of the Earth's, and have the bravery and courage of Grandmother Bear. I love that it's a grandmother. Of course it is. I was saying Mama Bear, but it's actually Grandmama Bear. Next we have Hawk with Truth Seeker. As you release that which is holding you back, you will be able to move forward with greater ease. So releasing all that doesn't serve us. Sound familiar? Yep, it's important. We get this message all the time. We have to start releasing so we can soar. So hawk is known as a prophetic bird with healing powers. On ancient Norse battlefields, hawk carried the souls of fallen warriors to Valhalla. In Egypt, mummies returned to life as hawks. Dang. So let's see here. Let's go into the channeled message. I am suddenly hawk. I can see the earth from above. I can see the tiniest movement, hear the slightest sound. I am super aware, super conscious. Hawk's flight is effortless. Hawk is a sacred messenger, and like eagle, his feathers carry great energetic protection. Hawk has a keen sense of intuition and can see the truth of situations quickly and with deep clarity. So Bear has a message of protection. Hawk, even though the message on the card is Truth Seeker, also carries energetic protection. So this oracle is asking you, what are you choosing not to see? What are you not being truthful about with yourself? I mean, are we as humanity choosing not to see what we are doing to this planet? Duh. Yeah, most people are more than happy to put their head in the sand or up their ass or wherever it is that they can block their vision and just stay in ignorance. It takes great courage to see the truth of a situation that is holding you back and then to release it. So it's like, yeah, like you also need to have the courage to see your own shortcomings and your own issues and your own negativities so that you can release them. So call upon Hawk when you need guidance and seeing the truth. Hey, now there's a rabbit out the window. As you release that which is holding you back, you will be able to move forward with greater ease. So rabbit, even though I don't have the rabbit card in front of me, the rabbit is an oracle about swiftness. And to see it right now out the window as we're talking about releasing things that don't serve us, it says do it now. Stop delaying. Be quick about it already. Like you need to soar. You need to be honest. You need to be clear. So the quicker you let things go, the better. So there is a hawk meditation that you can do. You can call on hawk for guidance and seeing the truth. But you can also sit quietly in meditation. And in your mind's eye, see yourself soaring through the sky like a hawk. Look down. Can you see the situation you are asking about? In your heart, you know the truth of the situation. Call upon Hawk to help you see what you are avoiding to help you see the truth of the situation so that you can move forward with clear vision and a peaceful heart. Yeah, and so that just ties into the bear too, because we want to align our heartbeat with Mama Earth, with nature. But in order to do that, we have to release the things in our hearts or our minds that are holding us back. We need to get a peaceful heart. It'll be much more easy to align with the harmony and heartbeat of the earth if our hearts are themselves peaceful. So yeah, thank you, Hawk. Thank you so much. And yeah, here's to you and having the courage, to know what it is that you are avoiding. And yeah, to see the truth. So then, yeah, now we have Seal. I see you, Seal. It came in because, personally, I had kind of forgotten that it was part of the Michael Jackson Earth Song video. It's how much, it's just one of those things. It's we avoid looking at things that are happening in the world and the cruelties done to animals. It's we don't want to address it, But Seal comes in today with a message of versatility. Do not commit yourself to living your life in a way that leaves you feeling unhappy or stuck. Strive for a balance that allows you to move from phase to phase with ease. So, yeah, as we soar like the hawk, we've lightened our load, right? We've let go of untruths. These things that we refuse to see are really, truly burdens on our energetic field. So the hawk comes in with a message of being able to soar, and the seal comes in with a message, I think, to be able to soar in the emotional realm because it lives in the water, and water represents the emotions. So it's let yourself be versatile with your emotional space, and do not be afraid, to change, especially if you're unhappy or stuck. You want to strive for balance that allows you to move from phase to phase with ease. So I love this so much. We've been a bear, we've been a hawk. Now we have the opportunity to be a seal. The channeled message: rolling, twisting, and leaping through water, flippers hitting the surface. Pure joy to be alive, exuberance, basking on rocks. Seal is more comfortable in water than on land, but he is versatile and can move between both worlds. Seals are an important part of the ecosystem. When seals disappear, there is a warning that things are out of balance and the oceans are in danger. So, yeah, let's see. The traditional meaning is to Northwest Coast tribes, seal represents wealth and plenty. They are associated with skill and safety on the ocean. To the Inuit, seal is a symbol of innocence, and Inuit translations of the Bible substitute lamb with seal. In mythological Scottish and Irish tales, seals are selkies, shape-shifting from a seal in the water to human on land. And to us, the oracle is reminding us to remain versatile. Do not commit yourself to living your life in a way that leaves you feeling unhappy or stuck. Strive to live your life in balance so that you can remain versatile, moving from phase to phase with ease and joy. So yeah, we usually get a message about change, and here it is. It's from the seal. Just saying, one, you have to have the courage. Like the hawk said, have the courage to see what isn't working in your life. And yeah, courage from hawk and bear to do something about it. So seals must have courage too to just live their life in a joyful way. I love that. I do. I could be a seal, totally. All right, and then we end with mouse. So, of course, I saw a mouse coming in. It's like, yeah, let's protect nature. And then, like, the mouse came in and was like, even me? Because you kind of, like, if you see me, you want to kill me. Mouse comes in with purpose. Okay. So, as an oracle, seal is saying, like, you know, do what you want to do. Don't live your life if it's out of alignment. And mouse comes in and says, yeah, live your life with purpose. Be focused. You know, you have a purpose, a special mission that you carry within your soul. The only you, that only you can manifest into being. So it's like you have a soul song, you have a soul purpose. And it's just yours to be birthed. It's special. And it's like, that's why you need to follow your own path. So here's the channeled message from Mouse. I'm a mouse dashing in the long grass, my nose twitching as I smell my way through the maze. The earth at this level is rich with scents and textures. We never see the earth from this perspective, the tiny, the seemingly insignificant. The mouse enters a den where baby mice are waiting to be fed. There is a great sense of family love and caring. The mouse makes its way through life, living on discards and left behinds. His mission is to recycle. Each being has a place in the scheme of life. Each has a special mission that can only be completed by that being. Just as each human has a mission in this lifetime, so does every other living being. So yeah, every being has a purpose. Every being has a special mission they carry within their soul, and only they can manifest it into being. So Mouse is saying, have you discovered what your heart purpose is? Have you allowed yourself to really listen to the call of your soul? It is safe to be the biggest and best possible you. It is time to emerge into your true purpose and to release your soul song for everyone to hear. So that is so sweet, especially because the bear was encouraging us to align our heartbeat with the earth's heartbeat. Mouse is now encouraging us to take time to listen so that we can discover what our heart purpose is, right? And it's like, and have the courage to be big. Mouse is telling you to be big, to live your life with the biggest and best potential and purpose that you can even imagine. So Mouse is a quiet animal, said to be close to the underworld because he burrows into the earth. In Native American folklore, Mouse delivers the message that size doesn't matter as much as courage and persistence. Which to me says, like, you know, like even like little Greta Thunberg, you know, Greta, she's saying like one person can make a difference. And that is what Mouse is saying too, as we are getting these messages from the earth. And what can I do to help? Everything. So be like the mouse. Be like the mouse. Recycle, right? Use what you've got. Live your life with purpose. Live your life in harmony with the earth. The Blackfoot tribe consider Mouse the brother of mankind, and Mouse is sacred to the god Apollo. And even like in my other, guides, the mouse or rat is really also sacred and a friend to Ganesha. So yeah, like we really do need to get over ourselves, thinking that we are greater than any other being, thinking that we have the right to stomp on any living being. I know it's gonna be hard because like I was just out on the porch and I see all these baby spiders again, and I'm like, Jesus, like where's the balance here, you know? Like if I walk through the cobweb, I'm gonna get baby spiders in my hair. And it's not like I can avoid it. Like as soon as you open the door, it's like you're gonna walk through it. It's like balancing nature is something that we're all gonna have to reflect on, contemplate, address, and, you know, really take the time, like, well, what really resonates with me? And how do I fit in all this? And how does it all play out? Whew. But so many great messages today from mouse, from seal, from hawk, and from bear. So what I love the most is we grabbed this deck today. We're like, we're going to get some messages from the earth. And weren't you thinking that the earth was going to be all needy, like do this for me, do that for me? But really what the earth came through was to ask us to be our authentic selves. And I think that's because Gaia knows that nothing is going to change until human beings start acting like the nature they were intended to be. So it's not until we start resonating with the earth, we start connecting and seeing ourselves as an integral part of it, our heartbeats line up with the earth's heartbeats. It's not until that point that people are going to be inspired to take action, to do anything. They have to get their energy into alignment. And how do they do that? Well, these animal oracles have suggested to us to find our truth, to release that which does not serve, to soar to the greatest heights, to be the best we can be, to live in harmony, to love, to take care of our family, to offer protection, and to be versatile and enjoy our life. And, you know, just be ready for whatever. So it's like, what does the earth need? Well, first of all, the earth needs humanity to get back to the way humanity used to be. And yeah, that doesn't mean that we need to run around with little cloth loins and stuff. We need to get back to giving a flying care about the earth. We need to get back to understanding that we don't survive without her. And that in itself will lead to respect for all animals, all plants, all trees, all life, right? So first we really must respect ourselves, our purpose, our soul song, and our connection to the planet. And then once people get to that point, they will be the earth warriors they were meant to be.